Hello, welcome to the How It Is podcast, or as this week we'll be calling it, the James How It Is podcast. This week we have a beautiful guest, a good friend of ours from college, James Howe. James, say hello to the beautiful people.
Howe.
Hello, beautiful people.
And as always, we've got Fran here with me. Fran, you want to say hello to the beautiful people?
Hello, beautiful people. Let's get it started. Why are we being so awkward?
I don't know. We're always awkward.
I think we're all right.
On today's episode, on a follow-on from last week's revelation that pigeons are actually cyborgs sent here by the US government to spy on everybody.
We have decided
to discuss Katie Hopkins, social media,
and her Twitter
capital T.
Katie Hopkins and Beavers. The
Lovely
environment.
Beavers.
They're not associated.
And people's issues with bugs.
Yeah.
Fran, do you want to get us going there on the topic of beavers being good for the environment?
Yeah, so, well, basically beavers are actually very good for the environment as they're semi-aquatic animals. And they've got like a large flat tail, and they've long, sharp teeth. And because they've so much enamel on their teeth, that's what gives it a yellow hue. And they're quite they're fascinating creatures. They're actually called Castor canadensis. That's the scientific name for a beaver. Well, for the North American beavers. The difference between it just came up. The difference between the North American beaver and the Eurasian beaver or the European beaver is that American beavers actually make lodges out of woods, which they can affect the ecosystem around them. It can also cause an awful lot of problems for farmers because they can cause a lot of flooding. So farmers think that they're pests basically, and that's for the North American beavers. Whereas Eurasian beavers, they live in like burrows or lodges, like in the ground. And that's why like a wooden lodge or a lodge is called a lodge. That's how it got the name from the North American beavers actually making logs. So they can, and what they do is it's a form of protection. It's like a fort that they've made for themselves to get away from like certain animals that would attack them. Wolves and foxes would be a beaver's main predator. And they actually help to keep cover for salmon and trout. The lodges do, but the European beavers are actually quite different, and they were only reintroduced back into the wild in Scotland in 2016 in a conservation over there. Which was the start of a new project to get them back into the UK, because there was over 200 million beavers in Europe like years ago, in the 1600s, and then they were all just killed off for like their pelts and like for their teeth. Because the material in their pelts is actually very good. But when you consider that they're an endangered, the Eurasian beavers are actually an endangered species. But how they actually work for the environment is that they can actually they alter the environment, like they alter it so vastly, because what the problem is with the North American beavers, right? Because they're semi-aquatic rodents. The same way like a normal one has they've webbed feet. They can reach speeds of up to 55 kilometers per hour, and they can weigh into between 25 and 70 pounds. It takes 3 months for a beaver to gestate in a female beaver until it's born. And what they have, so they can see underwater, is they actually have a transparent layer and transparent eyelids, so they can see underwater. They kind of act as goggles.
Same way crocodiles do.
Yeah, the same way crocodiles do. Yeah. It's much the same, and so they actually cut down trees themselves so they can construct dams, which end up flooding areas. But it gives the beavers a lot of access to food and protection. So like beavers, the importance of the North American beaver in the environment and how they help it thrive is that they're helping. They mostly help fish. Like they don't actually eat fish because they're herbivores. So people might think that they eat fish, but they don't at all. And they actually help fish. So it helps clear the water around the areas that they're living. Like an actual dam, yeah.
There was too many. They had too many beavers, too many deer, and all sorts of rodents and everything in Yellowstone, and they brought back in the wolves. And from there, then it cut down all the beavers. The waters were able to flow properly. Then the fish were able to swim properly and mate properly, and there was less rats, less deer, less everything, and it brought the whole ecosystem back. Everything was nearly dying away. Like there was no water in some places, and nothing was growing or anything. Everything was, and then anything that was growing was overgrown because everything was eating all the herbivores. Too many herbivores.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, completely balanced it out.
Yeah, you kind of just natural selection then, isn't it? Like they just kind of, the strongest that survive and the weakest won't. And that's just the way it is. It's the way it was before man came onto the planet.
There needs to be people taking out the weaker, or else it's just too much of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And they're actually monogamous as well, beavers. So they'll actually stay with the same mate, like for their whole life. So
those beavers loyal.
Yeah, beavers are loyal. Beavers are loyal. You want a loyal beaver.
You want a good loyal beaver.
They can stay underwater for 15 minutes. So
so they're good. Yeah. Beavers are good at going down. we lasted 3.5 minutes left.
That's what really try. They are very good, and to signal danger, they slap their tail in the water to cause an alarm. The surface of the water.
Well,
and they're fucking quick. Dropped an F-bomb.
You can drop as many it's the C-bomb we're not allowed to use, Fran.
Oh yeah.
We lasted 3.5 minutes before we dropped. We used a beaver innuendo.
It was always coming.
Just like the beaver.
And they're nocturnal as well, so they can stay up all night and go down for very long periods of time.
Middle of the night, they're called.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And they have a good sense of smell as well, so they'll know if there's if there's a bad beaver about.
I know, this wasn't planned, but where does the topic of where does the name of calling someone's vagina a beaver? Where does that come from?
I don't actually know.
Why is it called a beaver?
Because it's furry like a beaver. Beavers are very furry.
Are they? What kind of fur do they have, Fran?
They've very brown and kind of tawny fur. It's kind of like a hard straw in a sort of a way, like bristles almost.
So would it be a bit like that?
Yeah.
Like them there.
That looks like a gopher.
Is there a difference?
Are they European?
There is, yeah. There is, and they're mostly located throughout North America and Canada. So they tend to be always very close to like lakes, rivers, and streams.
Anywhere they can build a dam, to be fair, I'd say, wouldn't it?
Anywhere they can build it. Yeah. Anywhere they can build a dam. And they eat leaves, roots, like water plants, aquatic plants, and bark off trees. So like willow trees, there's a big diet for them, big thing in their diet. And when a beaver chops a tree down, they will eat the bark, the trunk, but mainly they want the tender branches at the top. So they'll eat the bark, but they're chopping it down for the twigs.
I suppose it stops overpopulation of trees, doesn't it? Like it stops them getting too, what's the word?
I don't think you can really have too much trees, though. It just changes the way the whole ecosystem is. And if there was too many trees, then you'd have to have more tree-dwelling animals and like things like monkeys and stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Keep it in check, nearly. Like.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of angry beavers.
Angry beavers.
What's your Mrs. Texter?
No. She did. She did.
Oh, lovely.
But yeah. Well, I mean, we move on from beavers then, or do we still have more innuendos that we want to throw out?
Well, I mean,
I think Fran.
They forgot to
name to Beaver Hunt.
The Beaver Hunt, yeah. They've got a 7 point set. They've got a tail which is 7.75, 12 inches long.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
So now we turned beavers into the other end of sexual innuendos.
Well, they re-engineer landscapes pretty much, like so, and like they'll burrow into like riverbanks and like the banks of lakes and stuff. So like make sure that it's like less suitable, to transform less suitable habitats, basically by building dams and felling trees and gnawing into it. They've really powerful jaws, and they basically how they build the dams are they actually use like mud structures, so they build it like with branches, mud, leaves, and twigs, anything that they can find, pretty much in the area. So, and they make them like dome shaped lodges, and they're like strategically placed in the middle of the dam, or in the middle of like ponds or like rivers, so they can get away from certain animals if they feel like they're in danger, and they'll slap their tail on the surface of the water.
And everyone else know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like an alarm system.
Much, yeah, and they'll only have one set of kits like per year, which would be like the baby beavers.
Yeah.
So
how many would be in the set though?
2 or 3.
I don't know. I didn't. Normally maybe like 3 or 4. I think that's what I saw. I didn't actually see how many they had. I just know it takes them 3 months to have them.
They have one a year, kind of thing.
And they'd have one kit a year, yeah. So, and they're among the largest of rodents. So they're basically, yeah, they waddle on the land, you know.
They'd be close to the capybara, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think capybara is the biggest rodent, isn't it?
It is the biggest rodent, yeah.
Can you get a picture of the capybara there, Carabini?
I guess
Capibarini.
What's it called? The
Capybara. Capybara.
Give me a sec. Let me get the picture.
Could be an eye.
Sorry, my laptop's a bit slow. You guys keep having a chat about capybaras.
There's some.
Well, I actually don't know really much about them, so
they are dozy looking. They are dozy looking fuckers.
All I know is Yeah. All I know is they're South American, and they're mostly just prey. I don't think they have much to eat. They probably do, like killing insects and stuff, but they don't. Not as much as beavers would. They still have the same teeth, I think.
Yeah, but their teeth keep growing as well. Beavers' teeth. The two front ones anyway. The incisors, so they can keep gnawing away at trees and shit. But yeah, they're basically it's good for foraging. They're good and bad for the environment. Like
I think anything's bad for the environment, though, isn't it? Or well, bad for anything. And too much of anything is bad. So they say.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is indeed. Yeah.
This is acting the bollocks. Hang on, sorry, my laptop's acting the cunt. Excuse the French. No, I dropped the C-bomb.
Ah,
yeah,
it's all right. We'll have to get it out.
We leave it in. We don't edit things on this podcast. We're too lazy.
Yeah,
and also
it's all right.
we don't have the editing software or skills at the moment.
The sound's going.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's all right. It doesn't change for me.
Don't know if did that work? There he is. There, look. He's looking at you.
He's making me paro.
What?
Like phased in.
You literally turned into a capybara there.
I mean, I should probably just get a picture of it on my phone and show it through that, because the background software doesn't really work that well. Hang on. There he is. That's the crack, lads.
That is
sorry, horse.
He
looks fucking waxed, man. He looks like he's out to be the Amsterdam.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, he looks a bit mad.
He looks like he's at least 3 edibles deep.
We went from
Capybara is Spanish cabbage.
I can't actually hear you, lads.
You hear us now, Fran?
I can hear, but like it's very, very, very low. Hold on.
Oh, I probably could have just done this.
I tell you, you're going to make that into a mask, Fran.
Here's our lads. Is that sharing for you there?
Oh, we're still, yeah. Oh, lovely.
There's a few capybaras there.
Oh.
Mad looking.
Yeah, the beefy man. Yeah.
Look at this fella. Him there with the monkeys.
The monkeys.
But yeah, I didn't realise I could actually do that. Right, I'll go back onto the normal call. Is that better, Fran?
That's actually going to be handy now, as well. Well, we could do that.
I hope that recorded, actually, to be honest, because I don't know if it records on the.
We'll find out. We'll see.
Yeah, I suppose. But anyway, yeah, I mean,
there's quite a lot of similar animals, like, isn't there? I mean, there
are, yeah.
Did a skunk be within that same family?
I'm not sure.
I think
the skunk might be, actually, yeah. No.
Or is that more towards possum, is it?
Yeah, that'd be possums, yeah.
Or weasels and stuff.
Yeah, because skunks are skunks are funny animals as well. But I think there's an animal that's really like a skunk as well. I'm not too sure what the name of it is. Hold on. I can't actually.
Where's it from? Where is it from?
Which?
What? The animal that's like a skunk.
I don't know where it's from. It's like I haven't a clue. I know there is one that looks like a skunk.
I've just
looks very
looked
like
it
a
up.
skunk.
I've looked up skunks, and they're actually in the same family as bears, raccoons, red pandas.
Really?
Yeah,
And are badgers in that same one as well?
polar
Badgers,
bear,
yeah.
the least
Them honey
weasel.
badgers are fucking nuts, man.
I've never actually seen a honey badger.
Have you not?
I've never actually seen a badger in
In person?
person. Yeah, I
Have
don't
you
think
not?
so. No.
My dad was driving us to work before. I seen a big, huge female badger beside Clayton.
How
The
did you know it
thing
was
was
female?
huge, man. It was, don't know.
That's a big
Didn't have
owl. That's
bits.
a big owl.
It was
A big badger.
big, man. Yeah, it was a big bitch.
Big badger.
Big bitcher. Yeah, them honey badgers are fucking mental, man. I was watching a documentary before, and they literally they hit the ground, and the walls were like 2 meters high. The honey badger's only like 3/4 of a meter long. No, about a meter long, I think, maybe a bit longer with the tail. And they're so smart, man. They literally have to get out, and they start to move and rocks into the corner and everything, and climb up the rocks, and climbing up sticks and everything, man, trying to get out. And
That is nuts, yeah.
Yeah, but they also do things like skunks as well. So say if they get attacked by lions, I've seen them fighting off lions and stuff. It's mental, man. They piss and all when they're about to get into a fight, scare off the other animals and stuff.
Sounds like something I do.
Literally the way a skunk would be. Yeah.
Oh,
wave
no.
fart.
Yeah, skunks do that. Skunks are fucking very smelly.
Yeah, even when a skunk dies, you can still smell it, like from miles away. Like say if it gets hit by a car, you can still proper solid smell it for miles, man. Mental.
Yeah, it's a roadkill. But you obviously like I wonder. That's actually one thing I'd like to know. Like, what does a badger taste like?
What makes you think?
I'm a meat eater, so like
same.
We're gonna have to. You're gonna have to go over. I think you should move to fucking China, Fran. It's the only way you're gonna find out.
Yeah.
They call you Wu Fran
I
Hunt.
don't know. if I go over there, there'll be definitely something in my tea.
Yeah.
So just don't eat a bat, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll try not to. I won't go Ozzy Osbourne on it. You can get the Hendo virus as well off bats.
What's the Hendo virus? No.
So I don't actually know what the Hendo virus is. I just know that you can get it off bats as well. It's like I'll see what the Hendo virus is.
I'm looking it up here. This is so unprofessional.
It's so unprofessional.
I think I don't know if it's that unprofessional though.
Look, we're just having a bit of a laugh.
I think, yeah, you'd rather have a conversation than feel like you're following a script.
Yeah, exactly. The Hendra virus, Fran, is it?
The Hendra virus, yeah.
You get it from horses.
That's heavy.
What's it from?
HEV, disease that can be transmitted to humans from animals that causes severe and often fatal disease. HEV, yeah.
It's heavy, isn't it?
Natural house
some other
virus.
one. I think it's the hantavirus. It's like you can get them off rodents. It's mainly they're like, I think it's like an infection though. I don't know if a human can get it though. I don't think so.
HPS. You get it from mice. Humans can carry it, but they don't suffer from it.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll just pick it up and give it to my dog. That's
pretty much it. Yeah, like it's weird.
It is weird. The HPS surveillance footage, but yeah, there's a few weird diseases. Like I'm surprised Ozzy Osbourne didn't get any of those diseases. Biting the heads off bats and bugs and shit.
It's weird, all right. Yeah, I mean, I would have thought that you'd definitely get them from biting the head off a bat.
Yeah,
like some sort of a
because
disease.
it would have been in its blood.
Have you ever seen that film A Vampire's Kiss with Nicolas Cage?
No.
Oh
No.
man, you have to watch it. It's fucking gas. It's basically he goes on a night out with some ma, and they end up going home together, and she bites him, and he thinks it was a vampire. So he spends their whole movie thinking he's turning into a vampire. And there's a bit in it where he's chasing a load of pigeons around, and he thought they were fake pigeons. So he picked it up and he bit the head off it, but it was actually just like drugged. So like the producers drugged up this pigeon so that he could catch it and never told them. So he just like munched down on a live pigeon.
No,
Really?
no
Yeah.
way. That's that is heavy. Oh,
I reckon you'd recognize, like, if you watch the film, you'd recognize it because of like the amount of memes that come from it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I heard that Ozzy Osbourne actually. Sorry to go back on the topic.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had to be with the microphone for a few minutes, but apparently he got every drug he could get his hand on, put it into a big fishbowl, and literally just necked a lot of it. Like heroin, crack, whatever, like anything.
He's a different man altogether, as the Osbourne.
Different species. He's definitely he's
his own. He's his own.
He's some sort of superhuman, like, to be able to survive that.
Yeah. I'd say though, like, he must have just got crazy bored of drugs and just thought, like, what happens if I mix every single one of these together?
Probably, yeah. I mean,
that'd be.
He's done enough of them over the years, like.
Some of them would have cancelled each other out though. But then, like, holy moly, not a chance. HPS, hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. It's Jesus. Right, orthohantavirus is a genus of single-stranded envelope negative sense RNA viruses in the family Hantaviridae of the order Bunniaviridae. Members of the genus may be called orthohantaviruses or simply hantaviruses. They normally cause infection in rodents but do not cause disease in them. Humans may become infected by hantaviruses through contact with rodent urine, saliva, or feces. So it's like Wheels disease. So you can get Wheels disease from rats, and if you don't get yourself checked within 24 hours, you die.
How do you get it? Like, how always pass through their shit and piss?
Yeah, and saliva and fucking feces. So some strains cause potentially fatal diseases in humans, such as hantavirus hemorrhagic fever with renal syndrome, or hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, also known as hantacardiopulmonary syndrome, while others have not been associated with known diseases. So they're respiratory illnesses. So, like, when you look at that, you kind of think, well, maybe this coronavirus was definitely transferred from a bat. But then again, there's so much speculation as to that it was put out into the world as a fucking biological weapon.
Yeah, there's a lot, and it does synchronizes nicely. Not to say I'm in complete agreement, but synchronizes nicely with some of the things happening
Yeah,
around at the moment. And then even still, on top of that, then there's stuff to distract
all
us
the
from
riots, like,
all the riots, yeah, and then all the BLM and all that, then to cover up all the corona. Apparently, I see the thing. It said Google any 3-digit number, and then new cases and
yeah.
stuff pops up, and it literally was about a different place from like 5 days ago will have had fucking big mental amount of spikes or whatever that they're just not talking about.
Yeah, it's mad,
they're
isn't
trying
it?
their
And
best
it's
not to, aren't they?
and it's the best, and it's the actual number that you put in. Those cases will come up, like the
Yeah,
number that the amount of cases will come up. I actually did see that. Yeah, like, like fuck coronavirus, lads. Fucking shy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's rough,
Did
all
you
right.
did you talk about it on this already?
No, not yet.
No, we didn't even.
What was it like for you? You were saying what? How really bad was it? I know someone else who had it as well, and she said that she barely had any. Like the way you described it was much more intense than the way she did.
Yeah, like,
She
well,
was just
like, I end because I've problem with my heart as well. So I was just getting like shortness of breath. I was trying to breathe in, and I was getting real bad. Just felt like, when I was trying to breathe in, there was just constant pain. It was like I was breathing in shards of glass. And then I was just
yeah,
coughing, and then I was just like coughing up loads of like coughing up blood and phlegm, and then it was just like it started. It was just a pain. It was just a pain in my chest. It all started, and then I was told to stay home and self isolate, and then after 10 days, it just wasn't getting better. Like, so, because, like, it was making me. I don't know whether it was that, but it was making me anemic as well. So there wasn't enough oxygen levels in my blood, like, or anything. Then
there
when
was
I
no
went in,
hemoglobin.
yeah, like, fucking my platelets were fucking through the roof, man. Trying to fight the thing off. And that's why they
Yeah,
were actually even more concerned that it was like it was even worse. Like, because it didn't even start off that bad. Like, I started coughing, and then like it just ended up, yeah, it just progressively got worse over the 10 days. And like, then I was in hospital for like 24 days then after that. And the first week in hospital, like the first 4 days, um I thought I was going to pop off the map. Like, I
yeah,
was in the absolute horrors. I was sweating, I was fucking blacking out and shit. And like, yeah, like, it was bad. I just had it bad. Like, I just guess I just got me bad. Like,
yeah. Like that girl I was talking to, she said she literally didn't have anything like that, like nothing at
yeah,
all, and
yeah,
then all of a sudden, then she's just fine. Like,
Yeah, it's affecting
yeah.
different people differently. Like, I know
but
a few people that got it really bad, and then others just kind of, it's grand.
yeah, it's mad though, isn't it? Because like, obviously, if it's the same disease, it should affect people the same
Yeah,
way.
but I think different people have different immune systems, and they can fight it
Yeah,
off a bit better. Like, I think, Fran, you obviously have the issue with your heart, like, which didn't help. I think that could have like amplified it nearly. But I
Yeah,
know
like,
people that don't have any underlying health issues that got it, and they were kind of like, that was fine. There was no.
yeah, maybe that does have more to do with it.
yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. Like, it didn't start off. It didn't start off. I didn't think anything of it really.
Yeah,
And then I was just about like 4 days in, and I was just like dying. I had the ambulance come to me, gaff and all, and like, I was in the hospital, and then the ambulance came out then, and they were like, oh, well, you don't seem that bad, like. And I was like, well, I don't feel great. Like I was literally like, I do not feel good. Like I'm sweating, and all I was taking was sulfidine and Lemsip, and like taking like just taking loads just to take the pain away. I couldn't lie on my back. I couldn't lie on my left side. I couldn't lie down. I was bundled in a corner in my room, like sitting up with all my pillows behind me, just like that.
Like a
That's
little
what, like,
baby.
yeah, like it's awful. Like, and then getting people to like leave stuff outside my room, and like it was getting to the point I wasn't able to like finish sentences without actually like running out of breath. Like, and I
Yeah.
just punch an absolute fucking hole in me.
Yeah, we just I'd say it even puts a hole in your mental health, man. Like being stuck in your room and not being able to move, and knowing that you're not being able to move or go
Yeah.
anywhere, whereas you're going to
Yeah,
affect other people. Like that is a heavy restriction to put on a person's mind.
yeah, but to be honest, like as much as it did happen, and it was awful. Like I think as soon as I got into the hospital, like the first 7 days in the hospital was like, oh, I just want to get out of here. Like, I don't know what is this? Like, this is terrible. Like, I was like, I do not want to be in here. But then I was like, I'm in the best place. I am in the best place, but I was just like, I just want to be at home.
You were there for nearly a month, Fran, weren't you?
Why am I sick? Yeah, I was there for 24 days. I was there, yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, like that could have a massive effect on you. Like even like me being stuck in the apartment. Like I didn't have it. I haven't been affected by it, but being stuck in the apartment constantly like
Yeah,
is killing me like throughout lockdown. I can only imagine what it'd be like being stuck in one room. Like
yeah.
Yeah,
To be
I
honest,
had to get out
though,
over.
like to be honest, it did give me better habits though. Like actually being in there. I'm
yeah,
not gonna say so. As much as as much as it was a curse, it was a blessing in
when you're going to
disguise.
bed, going to bed properly in proper hours and all that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah,
Eating three
exactly.
meals is
Yeah,
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 eating at correct times as well, not eating after 8 o'clock in the evening. And being able
yeah,
to like
definitely.
wash my hands, being able to wash my hands, just basically just taking better care of myself then,
yeah,
and
Yeah,
realizing even though I was following everything, yeah, I was following all the guidelines, and like I don't know like I just don't know how I picked it up. Like that's the thing that it's actually annoys me about it the most, because
yeah.
like I was like, well, like who was I with, and how come they didn't get it, or maybe did they get it and they were just completely asymptomatic, like,
yeah,
but I was like, so I informed everyone that I was with up until the days that were there, and it was just I was just freaked, like I was just freaking out. I was like, because I was like, I had I wore gloves, I was wearing masks, like I wasn't I was keeping my distance from people. Like if anything, I was probably doing it better than the majority of people that were outside.
yeah.
So, but like I don't know.
But like,
I
they were
don't know.
saying that like wearing a mask doesn't prevent you from getting it; it just prevents you from giving it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
even
Yeah,
wearing a
that's what as
mask,
well. Yeah,
you could still get it. Like so,
yeah. There was
you
a
know.
guy who came back to work that he was out for the whole crown and all that. I think he actually left the job and came back.
No, really.
I don't know, it's probably a rumor. But anyways, he comes back. He comes back with a full fleece on and proper woolly hat because he had mad long hair, and then he had a face mask on as well. He literally was completely covered up. I'd say the fellow was absolutely sweating.
Stuff. Horrible.
Yeah. And now, it's interesting what you're saying about habits, because I think it takes something special to kick someone into good habits like that.
yeah. Like
Hard, like for me over Corona, I was trying to put myself it's very difficult to pick up habits. I know you just kind of start day to day and just do it, but to keep it going until it's part of your routine, very difficult.
It's 21 times. I think it's 21 times makes a habit, something like that.
Yeah.
So
it takes up to 88 days to create a habit.
Yeah. So, like I remember when I was working at AIB in the call center, like you'd have to take. I think it took me about 3 weeks to get used to even just introduce myself in a call, because you're like, it's just a routine. That's all it is. But I kept stumbling over my words for the first few weeks because I wasn't used to it. But then after,
public speaking is very difficult.
Yeah, but once you do it enough, it just becomes second nature, and you're able to do it no bother. Like, and that's
it. Literally, like you have a conversation with everybody in the room. Like,
that's it. That's all it is. And people don't understand it. Like, I know a lot of people, especially in college, were terrified of public speaking, and I was like, why would you be? Like, sure, like you're just in a room with a lot of people that you know. Like, that's all. You know,
at least you know everybody. It's not like you have to make everybody in the crowd believe something or want to buy something. You know, that's a whole different level. Stuff who I was looking at lately for the first time was Tony Robbins. Watch a bit of the documentary on Netflix, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
The way he affects people's lives is incredible. You just pick apart whatever way they're talking. It's inspirational, man. I love doing that with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony. He's actually really good. Yeah, Tony Robbins, and he does the thing about like the money, like, so like a penny a day, put it in the jar, and then just build it up over time, and then say change it from like 10 cents to like 20 cents to 50 cents to €1 to €2 to 5 to 10 to 20 to 50, then putting it in a jar, and then like you'll have over a certain amount of months, you'll have loads of cash. And it's actually very good, like, because you don't realize how much money you don't spend, and then you just, or the money that you do spend, and the things that you're actually spending on, like where it goes. And then by within a year, then you'd end up having like big wad of cash in a jar or something.
Yeah.
And
definitely. Revolut's great for budget and stuff. I haven't really used for budgeting, but it's nice to know where you've wasted your money. Yeah, you can see exactly where you spent it, everything, and it's quick for sending money as well, friends.
I don't want to see where I wasted my money. It
It
just depressed me, like just knowing the shite that I buy, like.
It is depressing, man, and it's very depressing.
Yeah.
But it kind of shines a bit of light as well. You kind of know where you're spending it.
Yeah. So you can kind of fix it then.
Yeah.
Jeez, we've been recording for 40 minutes.
Yeah. That's not good.
Feels like only about 5 minutes ago we were making Beaver jokes.
Yeah, it was more than half an hour, like.
We went right into it. We actually went right into it. I definitely, like, I'm looking at this the cardiopulmonary syndrome now, the hantavirus thing, and it's a rare respiratory illness associated with the inhalation of aerosolized rodent excreta, urine, feces contaminated with hantaparticles. That's heavy, like. It's definitely I definitely believe that coronavirus can definitely be a mutation, but I don't know.
Like, if you think of all of the work that's been done in labs, even just on a food basis, they've obviously found some things that didn't need to be found, like a lot of people believe that HIV is from monkeys and stuff, but lots of people believe it's from a lab. Like, I've heard of people being injected. Like Eazy-E apparently was injected with HIV. I think Rick
Yeah,
Ross
he
or
was
somebody was
supposed
talking
to.
about it. Rick Ross talked about it on an interview on some show that they injected him just for a laugh. Like,
Just for a laugh.
it's fucking ridiculous. Just for a
That's
laugh.
mad funny, isn't it? Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not fucking. It's a horrible bastard. Oh yeah. Just here's fucking AIDS.
Yeah.
Full blown AIDS.
Like just straight into you, like.
Here you go, pal. Happy birthday.
Yeah, like
You probably won't make it to the next one.
You'll never have a normal sex life ever again.
Yeah.
You'll just waste away.
You'd have to. It'd be like a naked cool, and you'd be walking around with them full body condoms on all the time.
Oh, dear. Walking around the bleeding rubber morph suit, like.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
God. Speaking of viruses, though, Katie Hopkins.
Oh yeah,
Katie
she's a
Hopkins.
serious old
What
boy.
is she? Is she your one? Is she your one who named her kid India?
Yeah, and said she
the
went mad about.
morning show playing.
Yeah,
no,
well,
she is. Yeah.
she said, I think it was on Good Morning Britain, that she hates when people name their kids after a country or a location.
Yeah.
They just go, you named your daughter India. And she goes, well, that's because she's a very special girl.
Ridiculous, man.
She's been banned.
What happened on Twitter?
She's been banned on Twitter.
Yeah, she was banned. And who was it? Your man
What has she been saying?
from Crystal Palace. He was the one that was going mad at her.
Patrick Van Aanholt. Well,
yeah.
To understand it, you'd have to look back at. So, the UK government got rid of we're getting rid of a benefit for children from disadvantaged backgrounds, where the government was supplying them with money to get lunches, so kids could have a hot lunch when they're in school.
Has she had a problem with that?
Well, no. Marcus Rashford wrote a letter to them to say, look, I'm a child. When I was a child, I benefited from this. You can't get rid of this. Kids need it to survive. They need to be able to have food. Families can't afford food. The poverty in the country is ridiculous at this stage. So Katie Hopkins put up on Twitter saying, "Dear Marcus Rashford, I don't want to be paying for other people's kids to eat." And then it just escalated from there, where they kind of just kept on going on about. She just kept going to people saying, if you can't afford to feed your kids, don't have kids. If, like, I'm not paying for other people to have their kids fed. And
I somewhat get where she's coming from.
listen.
From, like, on a minuscule level, I get her angle. I don't say that I agree with it. Do not agree with it, because there are people out there that have not been as fortunate as people. Because what people forget is children are born into their parents' world. You know what I mean? They're not born. They are born into their own world, but they don't have much control of their own world. So if a child can't get food and meals all the time,
it's not their issue.
No, it's not.
It's not on them.
There should be something. No, it's not up to them at all.
But she said, if you can't afford to have kids, don't have kids. Right? That's fair enough. I agree with that to a certain extent. Where if you're in a position where you and your partner can't afford to have kids, don't have kids. But a lot of people that are on these benefits have come from being in a good position and a good job and good money to being made redundant when the global recession hit in 2008. And now they've been made redundant again because of
Corona
pandemic.
and all.
So like, it's hardly fair if you turn around and say two people were on 60 grand a year 4 months ago, have just lost their jobs, and now they're on benefits, to turn around and say, oh, you shouldn't have had kids then 3 years ago when you were on 100 grand between you. So and she wasn't. She was literally just looking at it from, if you're poor, it's your own fault. but it's not always that case. Like, it's hard. Like, if I lost my job tomorrow over coronavirus, it's hardly my fault. Like, I didn't do anything wrong in my job. I'm very lucky in the job. I'm a civil servant, so I've got those guarantees in place that I'm not going to lose my job over it. But if it did, it's nice to know that there is a government subsidy there to kind of fall back onto.
Yeah, that someone is able to provide.
Well, I just hate this like the supremacist act of, oh well, I'm well off because I'm a public figure and I'm mad controversial because I said that, I said something about people shouldn't name their kids Tyler. Like, fuck off, you fucking bat.
She's not even that well off now, like, because she had to sell her house. She ran into like legal trouble where she could have actually paid €5,000 to a migrant charity, right? And she refused to pay it, and she ended up having to sell her house to foot out for the legal fees then. So she sold her house in Devon for $950,000.
Really?
To pay off a $500,000 legal fee that she in excess of $500,000 or something.
Yeah.
So like, she's very dedicated to her cause, but she's definitely, like, she's definitely a campaign to unify the nation's trophy.
Bit taps on the head, alright.
She did great to win that award. Oh no, it's not coming up. No.
Nearly, you got most of it. Yeah, we'll leave change it, leave it at that. I think they can work out what the other letter is.
But yeah, for those who don't know, Josh Peters, a YouTuber that's from South Africa, put together a massive ruse where he invited her to, I think was it Budapest or Bucharest or one of them, or some European city, to receive the Campaign to Unify the Nation Trophy. And she got up and gave a big speech.
Of course she accepted.
Yeah, of course she did.
I say her ego was fucking reveling in it, man.
Yeah, she...
what happened anyways?
She accepted it. She stood up and did a big speech about it. And basically said, we need to stop foreigners coming into our country. And
she's over accepted an award in some other country.
Yeah, but it was from English-speaking people, like. So it's just. I'll see if I can find her speech. Hang on.
Yeah, and actually, it does make you think when you see about things like this. There's such a problem with people not being prepared for things that they're not expecting to happen. That's what I started when I was talking about. Bring up back again about habits and everything. That I want to be able to know that I'll always have something there if I need it. So even if it's just throwing a few quid a week or a month, whatever you get paid, into stocks, even if they're solid stocks like Coca-Cola or whatever, just to have some multiplying upon itself,
Yeah.
Because you never know. You really never know what's going to happen.
So I've got bits of her speech here.
Do you want to read it out? I think.
So if you call Muhammad in a school playground, 2,000 fucking kids come running, and you don't want any of them. And epileptics are all fucking weirdos. They're up there with the Asians. Raping their own mother.
What?
Hang on. Hopkins can also be heard repeatedly saying that Muslims are raping their own mothers, and she also mocks Arabic names, calling them retards.
Oh my Lord. She's awful.
Hopkins can also be heard referring to 17-year-old climate activist Greta Thunberg as an autistic fucking wench.
What the?
Oh God.
Oh my days, man. Fucking hell, man. An autistic fucking wench. The child. It's a child. She's 10 years old or something.
17 years old. Like, fucking hell, man. Like,
She doesn't look 17 now. She does
Nah,
look
she
about
does. She
12.
does. She looks a lot younger. Like, but
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still though.
but like, how did she survive like on Twitter after that? Because that was about a year ago.
Yeah, I
Never
don't
mind
know.
on
Like,
Twitter. Why the fuck hasn't somebody tried to slice her head off, man? Like, I'm surprised
oh,
she's
they
not getting death
have,
threats.
yeah. She's
Really?
gotten loads of death threats. Yeah, that's why she had loads of security around her house. But she ended up obviously selling that house, and because she was getting
It's a
loads
good
of
thing.
death threats.
It's a good thing she's built up the money over the years to be able to provide for that, isn't it? When
Well, like, what
she
did
still
she
has a
get paid
problem
for?
with being a tramp.
Oh, stuff fucking rotten.
What actually did she get paid for?
I actually don't know. I don't know what her job is.
She's a columnist. A columnist.
Oh, is she?
Columnist. Yeah.
A communist. She sounds like a communist.
She's definitely a communist. She's because she even said like something about the Irish. She was over here and saying that, oh yeah, like, I mean, we're a little
See
more
Dave
civilized,
angrily
but
shaking his head.
we still eat potatoes. And then I forget who it was that was doing the report with her, but the woman said to Katie Hopkins then as well, oh yeah, and we have electricity too. Like, just like a bit, like, of course, yeah, we're civilized. Like,
I was working with this guy. He was high up wherever he was, and he was telling me that he was over in America, and he's having a few drinks with these Americans, and they're like, he takes an iPhone out of his pocket, and they're like, "Oh my God, you have an iPhone? I didn't even think you had electricity over in Ireland." Like, what?
Yeah, there's people as well that I'd be talking to, and then like I'd be telling them like about the Irish language or whatnot, and then they'd be like, Ireland has its own language, and I was like, yeah, yes, it's called Irish or Gaelic.
One thing that pissed me off more than that is when I hear people calling it Gaelic, and it's like, no, it's Irish. It's not Gaelic. Gaelic is a sport.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that as well.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Or call it Gaelga. Gaelga's alright.
Osgaelga. Yeah, Osgaelga.
Osgaelga means in Irish.
Yeah, but sure, I couldn't. I'm not good at Irish. I don't speak it, but it's a language.
Yeah, I'm fluent.
Oh.
Have you noticed those Irgy posters up around the place?
No.
I think Pierce is on them, and it has loads of just little phrases and stuff, like Gormagut and Diagwit and all that.
You see, I haven't left my area. I'm working from home, so I haven't left the general area of my apartment for like 4 months.
It's mad, man. I've been out and about, but I was going on cycles and stuff and drinking down the fields and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, well, sure. What else?
Not down the field. Yeah. Well, down the park, not the field. Big park.
It sounds so scroty when you say down a field, doesn't it? Like, it's just.
Yeah.
No, the park. I was drinking down the park sounds a lot better. Like.
Yeah.
Somewhat civilized.
I was drinking down the field. I was.
Down the field. Down the back arse of nowhere.
In the back arse of nowhere. Yeah. It's actually crazy. Like it's a funny thing because like you can drink anywhere once you keep clean, and it's funny how certain places, like when you get to a certain age, are like completely frowned upon.
Yeah, it's mad.
I seen pictures of I think it was from Liverpool there. A friend had up on our story, and it's literally, it's just a big fucking square where there's a big bit of grass in the middle, and it's all just covered in fucking bags of shit, man, all over the place. Like, you can't have like meetings of like 3,000 people in one place, and like all you have to do is clean up your own shit after. You don't have to clean everybody else's shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, and if everyone did it, if everyone just cleaned up after themselves after being in a place, the world would be a much happier place.
People
Like,
are assholes. They don't give a fuck. That's
They
the problem.
don't.
Yeah.
They really don't.
Like, I came across something I put up on Twitter years ago, and it was like, I hate people that I don't know, but a person that I don't know is a different story. So, like, when I'm going past a big group of people that I don't know, I hate it because I hate large groups of people if I don't know anyone. Whereas if I just bump into one person that I don't know, it's fine because I have no problem having a chat with one person. But it's when there's heaps of people that I don't know, and it's like, oh, just shut up, like, get away from me, like.
Yeah, or sometimes even if there's loads of people that you do know in one group and they're all trying to talk to you at one time,
Yeah.
that can be a bit overwhelming as well.
Oh yeah, it's I hate it. I hate when people try to talk to me in general. To be honest with you, I'm a moany bastard, like.
Yeah, I'm the same, man. I don't want to. Please don't try to make too much conversation with me.
Just leave
Just
me
have your
alone.
own conversation over there, and I'll join in when I feel like it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think we're all like that.
Yeah, Jesus.
I spent a lot of years trying not to be like that, trying too hard to fit into every conversation and throwing in
Yeah,
my
I
2
know,
pence
yeah.
on things that I didn't even know what the fuck I was talking about. Really, not done any research. Quite the ideologue.
Have we frozen there? Or?
No, I think we just went quiet for a second.
Oh, fair enough. I thought everyone's
I'm
frozen.
I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit tired myself. We leave it there and then come back to it another day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
That's an hour. It's 58 minutes we've been recording. So
Are you gonna trim the video down a bit?
no,
No, just leave it like to here
I
until when we stop
don't know
recording.
how. I don't know how. So I just kind of throw it in the air. Just kind of throw it all out there.
Yeah, throw it all out there. It's good. It's good.
It's all good stuff. Sure, it's just talking shy for an hour. That's all. We're still recording now. So anyway, if you've reached if you've reached this far into the video, we would like to thank you for watching and for listening to our utter bollocks talks for the last hour. And if you could like, comment, and subscribe down below, that would be much appreciated. We will have James back on because it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, I'll be back on.
That was the James How It Is podcast.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And see you later.
See you now.
Wait, hold on a second.
I forgot to.
You still there?
Yeah, it's still there. We're still recording.
I think.
I pressed the wrong button.
What? Where can people find us on?
Just
Instagram,
on YouTube.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to look for it. I searched How It Is, and it didn't come up. It was actually kind of hard. We throw tags onto the page, or we do that.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Instagram and all. I'm James. How are you doing? HOWE. Are you doing?
Yeah.
And James H6883 on Twitter.
Yeah, we'll put all. Yeah.
Tumblr as well, I think.
Perfect. We'll put all that down into the description. Let people know. And
wonderful.
Right. Thanks very much to everyone. And
thanks for listening, guys.
we'll see you later.